Maria RAFOLS.
What are you reading so attentively?
The Life of Maria RAFOLS. Have you heard of her? She's known as Mother RAFOLS.
Heroine of charity.
Heroine? Go on, tell me. Maria RAFOLS Bruno
Was born on November 5th, 1781, in the Rovira Mill in Vilafranca del Penedès, Barcelona, where her father worked as a miller.
Cristobal, Margarita, congratulations.
Yes, Juan is now 9 years old and Margarita 3. As you know, between these two there was a boy who died before he was 2 and a girl of just 2 months.
2 days later, in Santa Maria Church in Vilafranca,
I baptize you, Maria Josefa Rosa.
Soon after Maria's birth,
Are you moving?
I've been offered the job of running the mill at Mascaró, in La Bleda, 4 kilometers from Vilafranca.
I'll miss you. You're good neighbors. I wish you luck.
Jacinta, look at that nameplate.
it says it loud and clear, heroine of the sieges of Zaragoza. Goodness! She was confirmed when she was 4, along with her 2 sisters, on May the 7th, 1785, in the convent of Carmen, of the Descalced Carmelites in Vilafranca, by the Carmelite bishop Gabino Valladares.
We are so very happy you have confirmed our 3 daughters.
Lucia had died before. Soon after Antonia, the youngest, was born.
What's wrong with Maria?
You know how sensitive she is, and she likes to come with me to Mass. She follows it all with great devotion and concentration.
And she asks you for money when she sees a poor person. And I know she prays sometimes in her room.
And she waits for me before going to bed so as to pray the rosary. But why is she crying?
Today she heard a shepherd blaspheming. Cristobal, my mother wants us to go back to Hostal dos Monjos, my home. My fathers and brothers, Joan and Manuel, have all died. There are no men in the house. They need you.
They do need us. We are happy in Mascaró, but we should give in and return to Santa Margarita.
It was there that the last son, José, was born, but he died after a few months. Maria was the 6th of 10 siblings, but only 5 survived.
It was to be a short move. In a year, her brother Jose died, her uncle and aunt Domingo and Rosa, a few days later her maternal grandmother, and on July 10th her father.
It's now the year 1794, and Maria is 13.
When she's 17, she goes to the Enseñanza boarding school in Barcelona.
My mother tells me that she is marrying José Mercer from Vilanova y la Geltrú, and that she will go to live there by the sea. I am happy for her.
Maria is now 23 years old. Here she is with other young people who devote themselves to helping the poor, sick and needy in the hospital of the Holy Cross in Barcelona.
Father John, let me introduce Maria RAFOLS. I think she'll be interested in your project. This is Father John Bonal, one of the chaplains of the hospital. He has just returned from Zaragoza.
They've told me about your dedication. The Hospital of Our Lady of Grace in Zaragoza has asked for our help, and I've seen they need it urgently. I want to start there with a group of 12 women and 12 men. I would like to count on you.
You can count on me. My mother died recently, and I am free.
Father Bonal was 35 years old. He was born in Terradas, in the province of Girona.
The journey will be hard as the bad weather is getting worse.
Have you seen the crucifix? It's silver-plated with the fretwork of Jesus, and what a surprise! Our Lady of Pilar is at his feet.
Maybe they did it especially for us, or perhaps it was a gift from one of the Blessed Virgin's followers.
And have you noticed the statue of St. Anne with St. Joachim and their daughter Mary?
Little did the 3 of them think then that Mary would become the Mother of God.
They left land, family and their own language behind.
But not everyone welcomed them. Some employees feared for their jobs. And the rascals who robbed food from the sick saw their easy life coming to an end.
As of today, December 28th, 1804, we stand before you, Our Lady of Pilar, to ask you to protect this city and our project.
We ask that we should serve the sick as we would our lords, with great charity and zeal.
You've not been here long, and the 12 young men have already gone. Why don't you go too?
We don't want to take anyone's work away. They need us to join forces and work with them. And so to take better care of them, we are going to study phlebotomy.
Since when have women studied? Even less just simple sisters.
For your information, clever little things, phlebotomy is the art of cutting small incisions in the veins in order to draw blood. It is highly skillful.
4 of us sisters will take the exam.
They all passed with top marks, much to the disappointment of the others.
4 years after their arrival there, the Spanish War of Independence broke out. The first siege destroyed the hospital and the church.
My God, they have destroyed your house. But first we must attend to the sick.
Who's coming on the first trip?
You go with the weakest. I'll walk with the children.
A year went by, and the second siege, in 1809, was worse. Maria did not hesitate to ask the enemy for help for her patients who had nothing, not even food.
But where are these women going? Aren't they aware of the danger?
What are you doing here?
We want to speak to General Lannes.
That's me. But don't you realize...
Our sick are hungry, and we've come to ask you for the help our soldiers are unable to give.
Now I understand why they call her the heroine of charity.
The other heroine, Augustina of Aragon, was the social heroine. And although they say she's from Aragon, she was Catalan like Maria.
What strength we women have, don't we?
Indeed. And did you know they were so strong that they returned several times to get medicine, water and scraps of food for the sick?
And here's where the tradition of the Cantarico, the pot, appears.
Where did you find this water?
The French cut off the water supply. I remembered this pot containing water in the sacristy. At least they've drunk a little.
But haven't you noticed?
What?
The pot keeps filling up.
Time passed and they devoted themselves above all to the Foundling Hospital for orphan children.
Remember what Father John Bonal told us. With the greatest care, with full detail, with all love.
I remember how the sick in the hospital looked, amazed to be so cared for and clean.
We are a lot more than just nurses. That's why studying was good for us. It even means we can attend them when they are dying.
Sometimes they themselves want us to be at their side as they die.
Don't think it was all easy. When she was 52 years old, in 1834, she had to go to prison.
What?
Maria loved to make bunches of flowers out of rags using lead molds.
2 people accused her falsely of having given away the molds to make bullets and cartridges.
She was imprisoned for 2 months until someone paid her bail.
9 months later, they declared her innocent, but exiled her. She had to spend 6 years in Huesca. Unbelievable.
On returning to Zaragoza, to the Foundling home,
How good to have you back. I'm so happy you'll be the director again.
What makes me happy is to see you all again, how everyone has grown. I miss you so much.
she directed the Foundling home for 4 years until she retired at 63, and yet she returned 3 years later for nearly 2 years more.
The foundress of the Congregation of the Sisters of Charity of St. Anne died on August the 30th, 1853, aged 71. She had been with the sisterhood for nearly 49 years.
They buried her in the crypt of the Hospital of Our Lady of Grace, next to Father John Bernal, who had died in 1829.
In the museum of the General House in Zaragoza, some items from the pharmacy of Maria's period are preserved. Surgical instruments she used, various moulds for making the flowers that decorated the hospital, some receipts with her writing, for milk, shrouds or whatever.
Even Father John's collection plate.
On the congregation's shield there is a vase of white lilies. It was the shield of the Hospital of Our Lady of Grace, and was given to the sisterhood when they came to work there.
And on the mantle of Our Lady of Pilar.
On the day of her beatification, October the 16th, 1994, Pope John Paul II said of her,
Charity never dies. Never. It is a love without limits, lived as it is given every day.
Jacinta, see what a full life she had? We'll finish our story here, where she was born.
Yes, but you kept the surprise quiet. They built this huge residence, but were sensitive enough to preserve the house where she was born, so as not to forget its origins.